Good afternoon to you all. Ms. Jin Goff, Regional Director, UNICEF Office from South Asia. Mr. Philip Corey, Deputy Regional Director. My respectable colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. This is privilege and honor to me that I got the chance to speak a few words before you in the closing session. I am indeed very sorry that I could not participate in the debate yesterday. And today morning also, I missed the speech of Mr. Amjad Hussain and Bonita Sharma. I could not hear them. But after that, I heard the speeches put forward by all my esteemed colleagues from different countries and from different parliaments. From the discussion which I could understand that all of us could enrich our knowledge in different phenomena in the subjects for all the parliamentarians, I should say, especially eradicating polio, preventing early marriage, preventing newborn mortality, preventing out of school children, preventing stunting, and open defecation. The valuable speeches made by the Indian colleagues and Pakistani sister on preventing open defecation, I have enriched my knowledge. I did not have any knowledge that India is in such a position. In our country, what I should say, I beg to impress upon you that there will be not a single case of open defecation, because the government from 2001 started sanitation and safe water for the people of this country, and award was being given to every union police who will stand fast in the Upajara, that is the sub-district. So there is a competition between the union police, that is in the rural areas, that how can he make his union, his or her union police, that it is 100% sanitation. And they used to get rewarded. And not only reward in kinds, they get also reward in election also. They get reward in election also. When one union is declared that my union position is 100% sanitation, the people used to vote for him or her. So I had no knowledge that India is lacking behind it. But we had knowledge that India is a great country, big country. But I would have no knowledge if I would not have missed this opportunity. So I have enriched my knowledge. And your deliberation is, you have placed in such a way, that is very beautiful. I think all of us have enriched our knowledge from your deliberation. Same is the case with my Pakistani sister. And what I want to impress upon you, that in education of polio, we are a polio-free country, and it could be possible only for the effort taken by our government and by the NGOs and with the help of UNICEF. I have seen, when I was practicing in the court in the my district area, I am elected member of parliament from the northern part of my country, that is nearest to Miah and Siliguri, that is your. So we have seen that the UNICEF people used to go and to feed the immunization. I have seen it. From those days it has started. Now we are free from polio. And in the child marriage also, we are ahead. We are ahead. Because some measures have been taken by the government as well as in our country, the NGOs have played a very vital role in awareness, especially in awareness against the child marriage. So by promulgating law, what we could do, I think that the NGOs could do much better than us by making the people aware. So awareness is a very, I think it is a very, what should I say? It is a must. It is a must, without which we cannot progress. Through our discussions today, I want to put some proposals to UNICEF and to my learned colleagues, esteemed colleagues. If we want to get out of all these problems which we have discussed today, can we formulate a South Asian Parliamentary Committee? We can, South Asian Parliamentary Committee, the sub-countries committee, South Asian Parliamentary Committee can be formed. I do hope that UNICEF will take the initiative for advocacy in different parliaments. One thing I want to impress upon the Sri Lankan friends, that your ambassador in our country met our honorable speaker in Bangladesh to have a friendship, parliamentary friendship between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. I will request you that if your honorable speaker writes a letter to our speaker, we can expedite it, and that will help both the countries. I will request you in this respect. The meeting which have been held today here and yesterday, this can be held by rotation in different countries. This year in Nepal, next year it may be in Pakistan or in India or in Sri Lanka or in Maldives, wherever it might be. But this should be held by rotation to exchange our views, and I do hope if we aggregate the knowledges and resources and the services rendered by the East parliamentarians in their respective countries, we can invest our knowledge and we can eradicate from all these problems. We can eradicate all these problems, and we will be able to come out of this curse, I should say. These are the curses in our country. We want to get out of these curses through our joint venture or joint what should I say, the appropriate word should be joint collaboration. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Joint collaboration. And I express my views, if you please to permit me. In the next year, if any meeting like this is being held, Bangladesh will propose to host this meeting. We will be hosting this meeting in collaboration with the UNICEF. I request UNICEF to consider our proposal, and side by side, all my learned and esteemed colleagues and parliamentarians, I do hope that you will accept our invitation to visit Bangladesh. You know, one thing I should say, very, very sincerely, and without any hesitation I can say that we got our independence in 1971, sacrificing an ocean of blood, an ocean of blood, with the direct help of our Indian people and the Indian government, which we cannot forget. But after even the independence of Bangladesh, in our country, we could not flourish the democracy in such a way which India could do. Because after 1947, there was no obstructions before India for restoration or for strengthening the democracy in their country. But in our country, in Bangladesh and as well as in Pakistan also, democracy could not flourish only because of obstruction by promulgating martial laws time and again, time and again. And when martial law comes, democracy goes away. And if there is no democracy, development fails. Without democracy, there cannot be any development. And that's why we are lacking. Pakistan and Bangladesh, both the countries are lacking only for this promulgation of martial laws. This is my opinion. I may not be correct, but I wish I am not wrong. I do hope that Pakistan will appreciate me in this respect. So many things are there to learn from east countries, from east parliamentarian, from all the sub countries. So this should be held by rotation in different countries, which will be very much beneficial to all the sub countries. I must say. One thing, preventing of stunting. Some person said that give a lady, if a literate lady can eradicate many things. She can be a teacher. If I say in this way that Napoleon Bonaparte said, give me a good mother, I shall give you a good nation. So if we can educate our women folk as a whole, so they will be teaching their children in the homes to come out of all these things. Eradicating of polio, mother will be the best person to take care of her child. Preventing of early marriage, if mother is a barrier, yes, my husband, I will not allow my daughter to marry before 18. Preventing out of the school children, if the father says, yes, my son, please go with me to plow in the land, but if the mother says, no, I shall not allow my son to go to the field for plowing in the land, I shall send my son or my daughter to school. Same is the case of preventing stunting. Mother is the best school. Breastfeeding. With all respect to my sisters and mothers, sometimes we find that the mothers are not very much willing to allow breastfeeding to their children. I don't know why. Might be if, but for their beautiness, they may not allow these things, but this should not be done. Breastfeeding is the best food for the children, at least for 6 months. At least for 6 months. I heard from my mother that my mother gave me breastfeeding for 3.5 years. 3.5 years. I heard it from my mother. So, if mother is educated, then everything can be solved. Everything is possible. Because I am a father. I don't have any time to look after my children. Because I am very much busy with my earning for the livelihood of my wife, my parents and my children. But my wife, who is not a government servant or who does not serve anywhere, who is a good housewife, if she is an educated one, she can look after this matter. I do hope that all the sub-countries will take initiative in this respect. And today's discussion is a very much fruitful discussion, I should say. I must thank UNICEF authority that you have taken this trouble and you have invited us here to participate in these discussions. All of us have enriched our knowledge by exchanging our views and learning from my colleagues that what is prevailing in their country and what is prevailing in my country too. I thank all the delegates and my colleagues on behalf of the Parliament of Bangladesh, on behalf of myself and on behalf of the people of my country that I got this opportunity to speak a few words before you, and expecting that in the next year we will be able to meet again like this meeting in Bangladesh. So I thank you again, and especially I thank the Nepal, the host country, that they have accorded very much warm reception here, and we are in such a nice hotel that it is a hotel of heritage. It is a very beautiful hotel, I should say. They have maintained heritage in this hotel. Again, I thank the Nepalese authorities and the UNICEF authorities for their good hospitality here in Nepal. I thank you again. Assalamu alaikum. Jai Bangla. জয় বঙ্গবন্ধু, বাংলাদেশ চিরজীবী হোক।